Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of the ECW Revival series here on the channel as, let's hope, fingers fucking crossed, we don't have someone perform a 25 in the main event, which, granted, because like his stats aren't bad, Takayama's stats aren't bad, but he is 47, I do have to remember that, and, that's another thing, that happens too, you have to understand kind of the justifications of all that, of just being like, yeah, you can't just throw somebody in there with not even 10 pop in the main event and hope it works. Just ain't gonna happen. And I'm excited though. He is on the show again, so maybe that was just a starter rating, and maybe he'll be up a little higher. I doubt it, but even again, I still didn't learn from that mistake because I believe it is the main event. So, going from a 25 in the main event to probably having another 25 in the main event, but there's some better people in that match too. But even then, like, Bubba still did really good in that match, and he still couldn't. He got to do a 50. I guess it could have been a lot worse, but hopefully the show is still a little bit better than a 55, but I don't have faith. Don't have faith. We'll see. We'll see what fucking happens here for this show. As the pre-show, 37. Karma pretty much squashing Ruby Riott in 10 minutes with Flying Splash. 44 for her, 19 for Ruby Riott. Still a little too low to be really on the main roster, or do anything on the main show, rather. As the next match, a 42, Prince Dev with a 50, killing it against Rich Swann, 10 minutes. This be a fun little match, if given the opportunity. We need to do some more stuff with Prince Dev. I mean, had the big debut of the Real Rock and Roller being in ECW. Then he, network tournament. He was in the 4-way, lost. Didn't get pinned, though, and now it's just kind of like, well, what do we do with Prince Devitt? That's kind of the shitty thing about only having an hour, is sometimes you gotta have enough for everybody, and right now Prince Devitt is kind of on the outside looking in, which that should not be happening. Need to start thinking of ideas to get him on the show, because, I mean, he's doing 50s, it's not like he's underperforming or anything. We gotta get him on the show. As there's CyberSlam intro, as always. And then to open up the show, we have a heel promo. Tony Nese, Brian Cage, Melissa Anderson in the ring. And they're just getting the crowd riled up. Tony Nese is on a heel display here. Saying, that Brian Cage is what you men dream of. What you shitty fans that will do nothing with your life dream of being. Melissa Anderson is a woman you dream of being with. You will never be able to even come close to being a premier brand athlete. None of you will have an ounce of fortitude to even think that you could be with a woman like Melissa Anderson. Brian Cage could pull his pants down and shit in the middle of the ring, and that shit will be more impressive than anything than you sons of bitches have ever done in your life. This is what a premier athlete looks like. Looking at Brian Cage, looking at Melissa Anderson, even pointing to himself. These abs. I don't pray to get these abs. I don't sit around in my mom's basement typing on the keyboard saying, oh boy, I wish I had a six-pack. No, I went to the gym and I worked out and I became a premier athlete. This is what the premier band is. Nobody can hold a candle to what we're doing. No one can hold the flame that we have in our hands. The power of being a premier athlete, and then lights go out. Oh no, lights are out. Who's it gonna be? It's Sabu! And we have a hardcore match to open up the show as Tony Nese and Sabu. Sabu making his return to ECW in a match perspective, as he obviously debuted in the main event, and he loses here to Sabu, or he loses to Tony Nese rather. Tony Nese getting the win in 740 with the reverse pile driver. So there's a lot going on. This match is going all over the place. The main thing is Brian Cage attacking Sabu, as is Melissa Anderson. But out comes Becky Lynch from the backstage area and starts brawling with Melissa Anderson on the outside. So it looks like we got something going on here with Becky Lynch and Melissa Anderson. Something to look forward to. But really, I just wanted to see how Sabu would do in a match in 2014. That's a 26. Crazy to think that 49-year-old Sabu with a broken hip in 2014 outperformed Yoshihiro Takayama. That's a goddamn shame there. As a 50 here for our six-man tag as MVP's Most Violent Players of Homicide, Eddie Kingston and Caval, taking on the Legion of Love of CJ Parker, Born Again, Evan Bourne, and Adam Rose. I about to say Matt Rose for some reason, as Caval pinning Adam Rose to the Warriors' way, and 9:55. So yeah, I mean, obviously the Most Violent Players are fucking awesome, to be honest. I mean, for what we've given them, they've killed it. You know, Homicide, Kingston, and Caval all in the 50s. Homicide's almost in the 60s. God bless him. Born Again, Evan Bourne, trying to carry the Legion of Love here, but it's just not enough to get that going. And that's still a fun little match. At first, I thought about having that be the opener, but I was like, definitely the Tony Nese Sabu match is not going to do better. So we might as well just have this be afterwards to try to get the show back on the right path. As we have a backstage interview with, obviously, Stevie Richards performing it for Bad Influences, or I guess hosting it, as they challenge the Second City Saints of CM Punk and Colt Cabana with their martini glasses in hand, feeling the what they've gone through in ECW with their 2 straight wins over some impressive teams in Outlaw Inc. of Eddie Kingston, Homicide, and the Kings of Wrestling. They think they can dethrone the Second City Saints, and with kind of playing up to the non-straight edge lifestyle, and with the martini glasses, and we'll even, maybe a little smoke in the air, a little something in the air in the backstage area, in the backstage interview area. As, the Daniels and Kazarian figured to do an okay promo. It was a 53, not bad at all. Kazarian doing a pretty good job as far as a masterful job of improvising interactions. That was fun. And, that seems like it's going to be a really good match of Bad Influence and the Second City Saints. Obviously, if they accept, they can decline it, but I don't see them declining. As the next matchup is actually Bobby Lashley and Tommy Dreamer in a singles match, as Bobby Lashley beats Tommy Dreamer 10 minutes with Dragon Sleeper. And this was just a match to get Bobby Lashley back on the right track. After losing to Kenta at Hardcore Evolution, wanted him to get a win and beat Tommy Dreamer here, and also kind of stop Tommy Dreamer's path, but also set up after the match. You already know what's going to happen. Tommy End takes him out, lays him out, does a beatdown on him, and then grabs the microphone and says, "This will end at Heatwave," when he sends Tommy Dreamer to hell. Simple, but effective. He's going to send him to hell. Alright, well, now we got that match set up here for Heatwave. Tommy Dreamer, Tommy End, 2. Electric Boogaloo, as no Singapore K match or anything like that, at least that we know of. We'll see what happens with the Tommy End, the Tommy Dreamer match. I'm sure it'll be one of the worst matches on the card. But listen, the story's got to come to an end. And it will come to an end at Heatwave. As the main event, went out to 61. And there, Takayama at least did a 32. He's getting a little better, as the Dudley Boyz and Kenta Yoshihiro Takayama is the main event. And Bubba pins Takayama after the 3D there to get the win for the Dudley Boyz. And also, too, just felt like he needed to get a win back after losing Takayama there and being completely, destroyed him as far as performance rating-wise. And, I think the right team definitely won for sure, and it was not bad of a main event of 61. I think the entire card in itself was pretty good. It wasn't terrible or anything, and Kenta was protected as well, but also helping Bubba out too. So maybe we'll have a Bubba Kenta singles match after all at the next ScyberSlam. Who knows? As Bubba's just a workhorse out here. He's gonna have 3 main events of ScyberSlam. They were in the main event of the Go Home ScyberSlam. They put in a 3D on Page. Exciting stuff's going on here with the Dudley Boyz. Always main event in these ScyberSlams. A 58 could have been a little bit better, maybe if it wasn't for the shitty opener. But, and also probably the post-match angle of Tommy End. But other than that, I think the structure, if we just not had that, had it be something else, kept the opener to have it be the 6-man, have the interview with Bad Influence, and then, maybe something else a little bit better, something like a Prince Devitt match or something, where it at least be close to a 50. That probably would have made the show a little bit better, but it's still not a terrible show. It could have been a lot worse. It was better than the last ScyberSlam, so at least we have that going for us. And we've set up a lot of things for Heatwave. We got Tommy Dreamer Tommy End yet again, Heat Wave, as I believe the network title will probably be on the line there. And, we obviously still have Kenta and Brock that's already scheduled. But, we got Melissa Anderson, Becky Lynch coming. What's going on there? As far as, and then Paige coming off of going through the 3D, or getting, the broken neck kind of angle, the carting her off, and coming back to Hardcore Evolution and having a match. But then also, we've kept her off TV to also kind of put over that she wrestled injured type of thing. That's really why she hasn't been on any of these Cyber Slams. And, we got Bad Influence, Second City Saints, which that should be a really good tag title matchup set up. And it's coming together. We got quite an interesting little show for Heatwave, at least. It's looking like. So, I think all in all, it should be a fine show. Will it tie for the 71 rating, the best rating we've done so far? I don't think so. But, it's still up in the air. I think the tag match will probably be the best match. But also, too, because I just don't think Kendra's going to bring the best out of Brock like Rob Van Dam has, obviously. So that's just kind of why I'm thinking that. But still, not a bad show. Not a bad CyberSlam there, and shouldn't be a bad show. Will be Heatwave, as we will catch you guys next time for more ECW CyberSlam. Take care, everyone.